ladies and gentlemen, to today's game between Indiana-Purdue-Fort Wayne and Indiana Institute of Technology, Illinois Institute of Technology from Chicago, Illinois. I'm Phil Kennel along with Ed Leonard bringing you today's game live from the multi-purpose building on the Indiana-Purdue campus. Today's big news as we start the game is that Coach Russell will not be here. His wife is in the hospital expecting a baby, hopefully today, and C.C. Fullov, the assistant coach, will be in charge of the Mastodons today. Well, Ed, we came off a tough ball game last night, a 2-point loss to St. Joseph's, a member of the conference, the Great Valley Conference that will be going in next year. What do you think of our chances today?
Phil, I don't know. We've played this team before. I'd say we're as good as they are. And as a matter of fact, at least 2 of the last 3, I believe we should have won. And went died down. We lost the ball game in the last minute in 2 of the last 3, at least the 2 home games against Purdue-Calumet in overtime. And last night's ball game, we led most of the ball game
up until the 8-minute mark.
Well, and then we were ahead and didn't shoot well. And they shot well from the free throw line. They out-rebounded us. First half, we had a good lead because of the fact they turned the ball over. I don't know. These teams are an unknown. I like doing these kinds of things, Phil, because here is a team, Illinois Institute of Technology. I've got a outlook from their sports information director who says the outlook is promising for IT Scarlet Hawks for the 83-84 season fast approaches. Now, this was written last October.
Well, they are 12-8, Ed, and they are a good ball club. I think we'll stay with them in terms of height, although they do have a 7-footer in Jim Lemansky. He's a freshman from Hinsdale Central in Illinois. I don't know how much playing time that he's going to get, though. But our height across the front line will not be bad. We have a 6'7" center in Jeff Nannon. So that gives us a little height there, even though he's more of a natural forward than he would be a center. Rob Henderson at 6'4" will be at 1 forward, along with Jeff Fullov, who is almost 6'4". At the one starting guard, Willie Brooks, 5'11", and the other guard, Mark Cook, at 6'2". So we have some speed out there in the guard positions. We have some fair height along the front line. They're going with a 6'1" senior guard, Brian Burnett. They also have Frank Riccardi, a 6'4" senior at forward. Gary Muster, 6'1" guard. Jim Tasinski, a 6-foot forward, and Jim Bennock, a 6'5" sophomore. So they've got about even height with our top 3 men in the front line. Don't you think it should be a pretty good matchup?
Well, it depends upon what kind of jumpers they are. Effectively, last night we were bigger than the team we played, but we got beat badly on the boards.
We weren't blocking out as well as St. Joe. You're right, Ed.
Martin last night for St. Joe. Wingard got a key rebound on a free throw and put it back in late in the ball game. And of course, Capers for them was just absolutely dominant, a freshman.
Yeah, we missed a couple chances. We had a 2-on-0, a fast break, and ended up with nothing.
Missed
off
a slam dunk.
Missed a slam dunk.
Didn't shoot well from the free throw line. Turned the ball over, and didn't work it for a good shot at the end of the ball game. And that was probably, to me anyhow, for most of the fans here. And we had probably one of our finest turnouts yesterday.
Yeah, good turnout.
But I was looking over, Phil, their roster, and from last year. And, of course, Ricciardi last year was one of their leading scorers for them and also one of their leading rebounders. So when you look at their ball club, they lost a kid named Ganofsky who played against us last year, but coming back, they've got Ricciardi, who last year was their leading rebounder and also scorer. And, of course, he starts at a forward for him. He's a senior out of Chicago Weber. Only goes 6'4". That should be a good matchup. They have got some decent size, and they've got some people who look like, again, you know, that some of these teams we're playing, they look like linebackers.
Yeah, they're solid-built boys. Well, the tri-captains are out there for IIT, and Rob Henderson, the captain of the Mastodons, just broke up at half. see on the monitor with the red sweater, Dr. David Skeleton, Director of Athletics here, talking to their coach, along with Kurt Patberg, the Director of Sports Information here at Indiana Purdue Fort Wayne.
Phil, I'd like to remind people before the ball game begins, we've only got a couple more home games left this year, and hopefully people will come out to see us play in at least our two remaining home games. We return here to action on the 23rd of February, which is a Thursday evening, I believe, against St. Francis College here, St. Francis of Fort Wayne, which looks like Jim Holstein over there has turned that program around and has them off and running, and they're bidding for an NAIA district postseason play.
C.C. Fullove, who will be the acting head coach today. C.C.'s an assistant coach that played for Tim Russell in Wabash Valley Community College, was an outstanding ball player there, set scoring records. Then went to Ball State for 2 years, where he was an outstanding ball player for Ball State and led them into the NCAA tournament. So Tim...
he was their most valuable player one year.
Yes, he was. Year. And he's done a nice job, along with Tim Russell, in bringing us Division II NCAA, our second year of it. Illinois Institute of Technology is in their third year of NCAA Division II, this being our second. So there.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Athletic Recreation and Convocation Center for today's game between the Scarlet Hawks of Illinois Institute of Technology and your mighty Mastodons. Will you please rise for the national anthem? Ladies and gentlemen, your starting lineups for today's game. First, for the Scarlet Hawks of Illinois Institute of Technology. Starting at a forward, a 6'4" senior from Chicago Weber High School, number 24, Frank Ricciardi. Ricciardi, number 24. His running mate at forward, a 6'4" senior from East Leyden High School in Illinois, number 25, John Tosinski. Tosinski, number 25. At center, number 33, a 6'5" in sophomore from Highland, Indiana, Jim Benak. Benak, number 33. At guard, a 6'1" senior from Chicago St. Rita's, number 20, Brian Bannett. Bannett, number 20. And his running mate at guard, a 6'1" sophomore from Chicago Rivas High School, number 23, Kerry Muster. Muster, number 23. The Scarlet Hawks are coached by Mr. Bob Topper. They stand 12-8 on the season. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for your Mastodons. First to the guard, a 5'11" sophomore from Fort Wayne Northside High School, number 4, Willie Brooks. Brooks, number 4. At forward, a 6'3.5" sophomore from Gary, Indiana, number 25, Jeff Full-Love, number 25. At center, a 6'7" junior from Glassford, Illinois, number 32, Jeff Nannon, number 32. At forward, a 6'4" senior captain from Country Club Hill, Illinois, number 24, Rob Henderson, number 24. And at guard, a 6'2" junior from Peoria, Illinois, number 20, Mark Cook, number 20. The Mastodons are coached today by acting coach Mr. C.C. Full-Love in his first game. Our officials for today's game from the Great Lakes Valley Athletic Conference, Mr. David Lowenstein and Mr. James Dunlap.
Well, Ed, we almost had a first there. If you didn't get that national anthem going, Stan Adams, our producer, wanted you to sing it.
Phil, we probably could have handled that here.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Matter of fact, I thought last night about going over and playing the drums in our pep band. You know, we have some games we have a pep band and some games we don't. This is one we don't. So having some responsibility, a little technical difficulty over here. There's the opening tip, and they control the tip.
Ryan Burnett.
We're in our usual man-to-man defense.
Burnett. Oh, knocked away by Nannon.
Good hustle by Nannon. Mark Cook wants the ball, but looked like it went off Nannon. Good hustle.
Trying to get into Kerry Muster there, but was unsuccessful.
Last night, Phil, a key point in the ball game is we're not getting great scoring from our centers. When we get decent scoring from our centers in Nannon and Moreland, we're in the ball game. Last night, I think we got 2 points from our centers.
Yeah, they're not natural centers. That's our problem. 1'6'7", 1'6'6". They're really more like power forwards. In this day and age, we really need that.
You know, looking around, I heard Gene Cady say to noon today, you know, there aren't a lot of good big men around.
Near the multi-purpose building, there are playing fields for baseball and soccer, which are used by the intramural and intercollegiate teams. IPFW's varsity teams are affiliated with Division II of the National Collegiate Athletic Association. Faculty, students, and members of the community also use the tennis courts and may jog along the 1.5-mile par course. In addition to the facilities at this 420-acre campus, 2 university units are located in downtown Fort Wayne, continuing education at 1120 South Barr Street, and the Department of Fine Arts at 1026 West Berry Street. Some IPFW students and faculty also make frequent excursions to the Biological Research Center 30 miles northwest of Fort Wayne at Crooked Lake in Noble County. For the adventurous, the university can extend beyond the Fort Wayne campus. IPFW students may enroll in transferable college credit courses at any one of over 60 other campuses in the United States through the National Student Exchange. Challenging opportunities for study abroad at 20 foreign universities, such as the University of Bologna in Italy and the Hebrew University in Israel, are made possible through the Overseas Study Program. The admissions office is the first stop for students wishing to enter Purdue University or Indiana University programs. Counseling and testing services are available to those who seek advice about the best programs for them. Registration for classes takes place prior to the beginning of each semester and the 2 summer sessions. Faculty and staff advisors help students choose the classes best suited to their individual needs. Students with basic skill deficiencies find that the Transitional Studies program will help them get off to a good start in college. Gifted students may take advantage of honors courses and programs which offer unusual challenge and fulfillment. Special services and programs are available to women and minorities, returning adults, veterans, the learning disabled, and the physically handicapped. Other services provided to meet the total needs of the university community include the Child Care Center, the Career Development and Placement Center, First Aid and Health Information, Handicapped Services, a bookstore, an attractive cafeteria, the sweet shop, and a sophisticated interactive data system. Administrative services for university employees are offered through the Office of Personnel and Payroll and the Credit Union. IPFW also offers a variety of continuing education programs and professional workshops and institutes to the people of Northeast Indiana. The public has access to the expertise of the faculty, the resources of the library, as well as to university theater, music, art, film, and lecture programs. Some popular annual events are the Dickens Dinner, the Business Conference, the International Dinner, the Science Fair, and History Day. A spirit of cooperation and mutual commitment exists between the university and the community it serves. A very important group of community leaders, the Board of Advisors, helps the campus achieve its mission of excellence in teaching, research, and service, especially as they relate to the needs of the region. A combination of outstanding faculty, fine programs, modern facilities, and community involvement enable IPFW to fulfill the vision of those people who in 1964 brought Indiana University and Purdue University together in Fort Wayne. IPFW is still a young and growing institution. As the needs of its students, faculty, and public change, the university will adapt responsibly and energetically to these needs. IPFW is committed to a continued record of service as an educational partner in the bright future of Northeast Indiana.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's ball game between the Indiana-Purdue Lady Mastodons and the Wolves from the University of Michigan at Dearborn. Halftime score 34-23 in favor of the Lady Mastodons. Tonight's broadcast is being telecast to you by AZI Video Productions in conjunction with the Indiana-Purdue Learning Resource Center, headed by Dr. Ken Balthaser, and the Indiana-Purdue Athletic Department, headed by Dr. David Skelton. Partial funding of tonight's game is provided by Cable Access Incorporated in cooperation with Cox Cable. This is a live broadcast. We have 53 seconds before we start the second half. The Mastodons have been led tonight in the first half by Joan Wenning, 6'1" junior center from Coldwater High School in Coldwater, Ohio. Joan has a total of 10 points at half. Lori Renninger, 5'8" sophomore from Bishop Luers here in Fort Wayne, has 6 points, the second leading scorer. And then the leading scorer of the team, 7th ranked in the nation for Division II, is Rhonda Unifer, and she has 4 points.
Everybody checked in for the second half?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the second half of the game between Indiana-Purdue, the Lady Mastodons, and the University of Michigan Dearborn.
Everybody but the 2 point guards have scored. Demetritis and Rita Boyle. I don't think Rita Boyle took a shot tonight.
No, I don't think she did, Ed. Good. 66-37. 2:08 left in the ball game. Zone defense still by the Mastodons. 2-3 zone.
Turn over the ball, go back to the Lady Nines.
Well, we want to also thank 3 of the people behind the AZI Video Productions, producer-director Stan Adams, assistant director, announcer contact Steve Zweig, and audio by John Welty. John, by the way, is the son of Harold Welty, who just retired as a registrar at Fort Wayne Bible College, is still teaching a course there to keep himself active. One of the deans of the registrar in the state of Indiana. Fine gentleman.
Number 40, Diane puts it up, but came off Clara Trowbridge and will go to Michigan. Substitution into the ball game. Number 21, Karen Fidel in the ball game for the University of Michigan, replacing number 40, Diane Convery. Bill, we sit here in the ball game. We really haven't talked about it. Joan Winning went out at about the 10-minute mark with 4 personal fouls. Number 32.
And we haven't seen her since
Gorman
then.
in the ball game.
But with the game under control, there's no reason for her to be back
We're
here.
sitting here now with a 29-point lead.
127
Held
left.
to 14 points so far in the second half, with a minute and a half to go. They have 3 players with 4. Gurka has 4. Brewis, their leading scorer, and Corvée both have 4. Or Convery.
Convery, right. 32
Oh, nice
block.
block by Kathleen Smith. And she throws it back out.
Well, she's going to fall out of bounds, so she did the only thing she could do.
There's a steal by Deb Krause. We've got a
3-on-1.
2-on-1 now. To Demetritis. Demetritis puts it up.
No good. Wolves control the ball.
Brewis with the rebound. 51 seconds to go, 66-37. The Lady Dons will be at action here on the 11th of February and also the 18th. They'll have 2
Good
games.
by number 21.
Fidel scores. Fidel with the basket.
Karen Fidel from Dearborn Heights, Michigan. 66-39 with 35 seconds to go.
Demetritis to Krause. Oh, over to Clara Trowbridge. She wheels, she shoots, she
Good.
scores. Trowbridge
68-39.
Trowbridge with the basket.
Well, we want to thank people who have supported us this year in our athletic program, starting with Dr. Joseph Giusti, the Chancellor of the University, and
His assistant, Dr. Carl Bickley,
Carl
Director
Bickley.
of Athletics, Dr. Dave Skelton. Foul number 25, Beth
they've
Miller
done
for the
a
first,
super
the second
job
on the
here,
team.
bringing
Number 31,
the
Brewis will be at the line, shooting
Mastodons.
10 seconds to go, Phil. We're up 29 points.
Bringing
Ed
the
Leonard and Phil
Mastodons
Cannell,
into
it's been
the
an
Division
enjoyment
II.
here for us.
Yes, Ed.
Brewis
We've
at the
enjoyed
line.
it.
She's the leading scorer for University of Michigan Dearborn. She is the leading scorer here. She's got 6 field goals.
Wanting 40 points here. And
And it's
misses.
no good.
68-39 with 8 seconds to go. Looks like they'll be kept under
Oh, over to
40.
Deb Crouch. Oh, she threw it
Oh,
away.
no, they're going to have a chance to hit the 40 mark with 1 second to go here. Well, again, Saturday night, men's basketball here against St. Joseph's. 7:30, game's over. Lady Mastodons, a big winner here tonight, 68-39. This has been an exciting game despite the high score. There's been some good shooting on the outside, especially by Bev Miller.
Phil, I've got some unofficial scoring here for
Why don't you
us.
give it to us, Ed?
For the University of Michigan Dearborn, 18 baskets tonight. I don't have an unofficial number of attempts.
3 foul
They made
shots.
3 free throws out of 5 attempts. For them, number 31, Kathy Brewis, was high point person in the ball game with 6 baskets, 2 free throws with 14, right about her season average. For the Mastodons of Indiana-Purdue, Kathleen Smith, number 31, had a basket for 2. Number 30, Clara Trowbridge, 2 baskets, a free throw for 5. Kathy Demetritis, number 20, did not score. Michelle Foltz, number 14, had a basket for 2. Jenny Owen, number 12, had a basket for 2. Number 10, Rita Boyle, did not score. Lori Renninger, number 21, 5 baskets. She was in double figures, had 10 points tonight. Bev Miller, number 25, had 4 baskets, 2 free throws for 10. Another one in double figures. Joan Winning, number 32, 7 baskets, a free throw for 15. Deb Krause, 2 baskets, 3 free throws for 6. And Ron Unferth, high point person in the ball game tonight, 6 baskets, 2, 4, 6 free throws, 18 points, a little bit below her average, but she played less than half the ball game tonight, Phil.
Plus, she set a record here. She scored right at the beginning of the game, 2 foul shots with only about 4 seconds go. and that gave her 10,000 career points, a new record for Indiana-Purdue. She is ranked 7th in the nation, NCAA Division II in scoring, and that's quite an honor.
Phil, are we doing any more games live this year? We are, right? Saturday night, we're doing a men's game against St. Joseph's College.
7:30.
And then we're doing the the men's game again on Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Both of those will be over Cox Cable, Channel 23, live right here. We'll be right here.
Yeah, and hopefully all you out there in the audience can join us here and see it live. But if you don't, make sure that you follow us either Saturday night, 7:30, and or Sunday at 2 o'clock. Well, Ed, I think we'll wrap it up here. The final score, again, 68-39, favor of Indiana-Purdue Lady Mastodons over the Lady Wolves from the University of Michigan at Dearborn. This is Phil Kennel, along with Ed Leonard, hoping that you will join us again Saturday night, either in person here at the multipurpose building or on Channel 23, where we'll be bringing you the game live along with Sunday's game at 2 o'clock. Thank you and good evening. With the ball out of bounds, they'll be setting up a play. They got to be careful. Now you have the ball in 5 seconds too.
If you were IU Indianapolis, would you take time out to see how we line it up?
They may do it now. Substitution. Number 34 in the lineup for Indianapolis.
Number 34, Clemens in the lineup replacing Bass.
Wants some more height then. Henderson takes the ball out to Brooks. 8 seconds ago, Brooks over to Brooks. Brooks drives, turns around, jumps, shoots. It's no good. Henderson with a rebound. Henderson shoots, no good. It's overtime. Overtime.